Okay, hello everybody. How are you? Just before we get going, if you can make sure, just put in the chat if you can see me and hear me okay. I had a little bit of problems with my headset before we came on, so just need to make sure that you can hear me okay. Wasn't getting any audio coming through here, so I'll just wait for that and then we'll get going. Thank you, Jarmo. Okay, today is Tuesday and it is the 2nd of December. Hope everyone's having a good day wherever you are. We certainly are. Jane's been at work today and I've had a day off. So I've been recouping, ready for work for tomorrow and the rest of the week. What have I got to you for you today? Yesterday, if you remember, we were talking about what was yesterday's? Yesterday's was instruction. And today we're talking about the importance of being able to adjust in business and why it is important not to be hell bent on one thing. It really is important that we learn to adjust our targets, adjust our thinking, adjust our goals as we move along. Because if we don't, it can actually end up being the downfall not only of you, but also your business. We've seen it many, many times, haven't we? Throughout the ages of business that we know ourselves, of many companies who haven't adjusted and it's been to their detriment. Obviously, some of the most famous, Nokia, Blockbuster, just to name two that roll off the top of my head straight away, that they didn't adjust to change, didn't adjust to how things were going, and they thought uh, that their market share wouldn't affect things moving forward. How wrong they were. So let's get into it then, and we shall get going. Again, thank you all for supporting me on this channel. Thank you for all the messages, by the way. I'll read every single one that you post in the chat afterwards, and I'll try and respond to the nice ones, to the hellos, etc. And thank you all for that. So, adjusting in business is crucial, not only for growth, but for survival, staying competitive by enabling companies to respond to evolving customer needs, new technologies, and market changes. This is why you have to adjust and you have to change as you are moving along. Technology is rapidly advancing nowadays, isn't it? And those that don't change and adapt to it as we're going along are the ones that are getting left behind. Let's just have a look at AI. When we first started our journey, it was just I wouldn't say pipe dream, but certainly in its very early stages. And that wasn't that long ago. Now look at AI with the inset of ChatGTP and all the others as well, Gemini for Google, etc., and all the other AI software that is out there right now. Companies that don't embrace this, companies that don't change and utilize this, really are the ones that are going to be left behind. This is why it's vitally important that companies adjust to the market environment as they are going along. It also fosters resilience, innovation, and efficiency, allowing a business to navigate crises and capitalize on opportunities instead of becoming stagnant and irrelevant. So, the key reasons why it is important to adjust. Now, these are just obviously a few of the reasons, not necessarily all of them. To stay relevant and competitive, markets, technologies, and customer demands are always evolving. Adjusting allows businesses to keep up with those changes and stay ahead of the competitors. This is why I think it's really important that any company, obviously our company, has the best IT people that we can possibly have, the younger kids, the ones that are in the know, the ones that see the trends. This is the ones that if you have these kind of people on board and you are taking notice of them, they are the ones that will be able to help you guide and be ahead of the curve rather than behind it trying to catch up. If you're ahead of the curve, you can ride that wave moving forward. If you're behind it, it takes an awful lot to catch back up. So it really is vitally important that to stay relevant and competitive, you need to change and stay ahead, not only of your competitors, but also adjust to what the changes are within business. Promote growth and innovation. Embracing change can lead to new opportunities for improvement, expansion, and obviously revenue. Adapting often means stepping outside of your comfort zone, which can drive innovation and progress. How many times do we hear stories of people who, through no fault of their own, have had to adjust and adapt because of instances that have happened to them? And when they end up looking back at that crossroads, that change of adjustment that they had to make, whether it was their fault or not, they majority of them will say it was for the better. This is them coming out of their comfort zone, having to do something about something, and it is transpired it was one of the best things that happened to them because it's led them in a different direction, and often those different directions are the ones that are the most fruitful. I kind of feel that bit of that happened to us as well in our business. We had to adjust to the circumstances that surrounded us. We are now on a different path to the same goal, but it means that we are still moving forward and adjusting as we are going along. Building resilience. The ability to adapt helps a business bounce back from mistakes or crises, turning challenges into opportunities for improvement. For example, the COVID pandemic forced many businesses to pivot to online operations, and those that adapted quickly were better positioned to survive and thrive. I'm still convinced that Zoom would not have been as successful as it is today if it wasn't for the pandemic. If you read the history of Zoom, it wasn't a pretty start. They had to have a massive investment of third-party money for them to survive, and it really was the pandemic that made really everything happen for them. They took on so many new customers because of the pandemic, because of remote working, because of all these sort of things. And this was one of the reasons why they succeeded, because they were well positioned for exactly that scenario. Anybody who embraced the online technology did very well out of the pandemic. Those that stuck to their guns, said, no, we are going to carry on as we are the ones that probably weren't as well poised moving forward. Also, adjusting in business really does help to increase efficiency. Investing in new technologies or processes through adapting can create efficiency, save time, and help a business scale. Why? Because they are embracing new technologies. They are bringing things that on board that are faster, more efficient, save money, doing work that an amount of other people used to have to do by bringing new technology on board. It saves on workforce, etc. You see it all the time in all industries now, where computers, robotics, AI, other softwares are being used to be able to enhance the efficiency of businesses. I'm not saying it's making people redundant per se, but certainly these people who were in those positions are being retrained to do other tasks instead of those. So it makes that company a lot more efficient in what they are doing and the money that they are utilizing for certain areas. And the last one then is adjusting in business helps to meet customers' expectations. Customers' needs and preferences are constantly shifting due to factors like social trends, economic conditions. Businesses must adjust to meet these new expectations to remain successful. The best example I can give to this is the clothing industry. Okay. If the clothing industry, the manufacturers of it, do not adjust to customer trends quickly and efficiently, then not only are they going behind on sales, but certainly not giving the customer that new trend that they are looking for. It changes extremely rapidly, and they have to be up to that task. Look at the automobile industry as well. Cars have changed so much over the last 20 years. Those that haven't adjusted and kept up times with the new phase of vehicles nowadays are being left behind. And there's much other examples of different businesses that have to change, adjust on the fly to be able to meet customer demand. And if they don't, guess what the customers do? They will go and buy somewhere else. Loyalty within business is a very fickle thing. People are, well, consumers nowadays certainly want it now and not tomorrow. And if somebody else can supply them with the now, that's where they will go. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. It's a bigger, broader picture as far as loyalty is concerned and quality is concerned and all the rest of it. But on a general basis, we live in a society of rapid things. Food is fast. Buying things online very fast. Cars, everything to do with society now is now I want it now society. And those businesses that adapt to that customer demand are the ones that do it very, very well indeed. Anyway, guys, that's it from me for today. I'll have a come back around tomorrow, Wednesday, with something else to bring to the table. All of these things give you food for thought about how businesses evolve, how they adjust, how they succeed. And you, if you embrace and understand all these sort of things, you certainly will be part of the success story of your own business because of these little snippets that you are taking on board that I'm trying to help you with. Anyway, that's it from me, guys. Speak to you all tomorrow. Bye for now.